Hi there, class. This is Mr. Briggs, and today we're going to start our unit on rocketry. You're going to start building your rocket. And what we're going to go over today is how to assemble the body tube of your rocket. Now, the body tube of the rocket is really important. It basically ties all of the components of the rocket together. Its main job is to house the parts of the rocket. Most importantly, our engine. Now, our engine has a specific diameter, so we want to make sure that it is large enough to hold our engine, but not so large that our engine is loose and our rocket becomes unstable. We want to have a strong yet lightweight body tube, a strong but lightweight framework to add our nose cone, to add our fins, to add our parachutes, all the other parts. So the first thing you're going to do is try to find one of these dowels, and one of these dowels is sized just slightly larger than the engine, which is important. We want the tube to be only slightly larger than the engine so it can house the engine. So a tight fit is vital. The other thing we're going to need is a sheet of construction paper. Now, you can make this sheet of construction paper as long as you want. You can add more pieces to make your body tube thicker. That's going to add a lot of weight. You can change the size. I'm just going to go with the basic side right here. The first part is to lay down your dowel and to roll this up and get your initial kind of pass here. And what I'm going to do is get that initial pass, and I'm going to make a mark. And what I'm going to do is make sure that I have glue on the remainder of this area. Now, I'm just using regular old wood glue. You can use Elmer's glue. You can even use a glue stick. The type of glue isn't too vital, but what is important is that you don't have the glue globbed on like this. You want to make sure that you smear the glue and get that glue as thin of a layer as possible. A thin layer distributed fairly evenly on your paper. You can use a brush. I am just using my finger because, hey, it's there. It is our most versatile tool. And once I've got that pretty well distributed, a nice even sheen here, not too globby, and I paid really close attention to that last layer here. I'm going to take my tube again, and I'm going to make sure I'm putting down downward pressure. This whole time I'm pushing down really good. And I'm going to fold that over, and only when I'm sure I've got a nice smooth edge am I going to continue rolling this up. A couple mistakes people make is they don't add enough pressure, and they get a really uneven tube, or they put on too much glue or too little glue, or they don't distribute it properly, and occasionally I get people that glue it to the stick. Don't do that. Now I'm just going to sit it here and basically wait about 30 seconds, and after about 30 seconds the glue is pretty much set, especially if it's that thin layer, and you've got your tube. Now you might get it coming up a little bit on that edge there. You can just take a little bit of glue and work it under there, smooth it out. You want to make sure that your body tube is as smooth and as uniform as possible. I'm getting a little bit of bunching here, but that's okay. Once you've got a really good solid tube there, just give it a little twist and a pull, and you've got your tube. The very last thing, and probably the most vital thing, is I am going to put my name on it and the hour on it so that I know whose tube this is. I get a lot of tubes that go missing. As fast as these are to build, a lot of people misplace them. I'm then going to put it on a handy dandy tube rack to dry. Okay? And that's how you build the body tube.